First thing I want to know about is you wrote a book recently. You wrote and published your first book, hopefully not your last, but it's called "Can I Trust You?" It's the those questions that people are thinking, right? The silent questions that everyone's asking about your business. Take me back and tell me what inspired you to write this, and what has been the result since you published it.
Well, trust is kind of a big deal. And I have been through some experiences in my life where I just had a major trust crash. And so because of that, uh, I had to figure out how to rebuild trust. You have a trust crash and things don't work out in your life. And, I went through a divorce and, so I've got all these people around me, my kids and other people who can't exist with no trust. And so I have to do something about it, I have to fix it. So I just went to work on learning where trust came from. How does it work? Why is it strong sometimes and it's shaky other times? And what are all the ingredients? And it was really just, you know, blind and in the dark trying to figure it out. And so I did a lot of reading and studying and paying attention and watching other people that, lost trust and then repaired trust. And how did they do it? And so I just started writing some things and discovered that there was some elements that others had figured out, some elements that were missing. And when that happened, I thought, wow, I should write a book about this as a way for me to be able to define what I think trust is all about. And then somebody said, well, if you do that, you need to weave your story into it or it won't have any credibility. So that's where the book, Can I Trust You, came from. And it was my kids asking the question, Can I trust you?
Oh, wow.
It was other people in my life saying, Can I trust you? It was bosses or people that I worked with or clients and saying, not saying it out loud, but I knew that question was in them internally. Can I trust you? So I needed to be able to answer that question. Wrote a book about it because I figured that there were a lot of other people out there who were dealing with that same thing. So that's the skinny of where it came from.
How have you seen people react to the book?
It's really cool when I tell them, so I wrote a book. Oh, really? What's the name of it? Well, the name of it is Can I Trust You? The silent question everyone in business is asking. And their faces always have some kind of reaction. It's like, oh, really? Because trust is that sacred word that we all want to have plenty of. We want people to trust us. And then that feeling of, okay, am I trustworthy? What have I done that's raised trust or lowered trust, that guilt complex. And it's so the response has been great. And then they always say, tell me more. And so as I tell them more, they lean in. And that's often where I say, I actually have a podcast. And if you'd like to get in the hot seat, we can talk about trust. And,
Yeah.
and so far, we've had quite a few get in the hot seat. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you also have a book. You just tell them to buy the book if they really want to know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But trust has been eroded greatly in our culture these past 20 years or so. Politics and the business world. I mean, somebody comes to knock on your door. The first question you're thinking is, oh, I got to open this door. Can I trust that this engagement is going to be of benefit to me, or are they just trying to sell me something? When my phone rings, can I trust the person on the other line? It's a big issue. So I think it's a really an important time for it. I'm really glad you wrote it.
Yeah, and going along with what you just said, there is a lot of bias that prejudice our trust negatively and positively in situations, especially like that, when we have somebody, big signs say no soliciting. What part of no soliciting do you not understand? And so uh, sometimes you come up against, okay, I've got to overcome some things. So pretty quickly, Somebody said in the first 9 seconds, you need to be sending out those 5 signals that just listen for a minute. I have something good to say.